Hello, you're watching Hornbilltv's Prime Time, and now the headlines. Heavy firing between armed miscreants has been reported in Khamenlok and Pukhao Santipur, Imphal East district. Three injured persons were brought to hospital while one dead body of a person identified as 25-year-old Sagol Sem Loya has been brought to JNIMS hospital mortuary at around 5 p.m. In a significant development, Congress made a notable announcement on Tuesday and declared that they will bring a legislation ensuring minimum support price for various crops if the opposition alliance is voted to power. Okram Joy Singh, Manipur's veteran politician, on Tuesday reiterated his demand for action against the 10 Kuki Zo legislators who he alleged were seeking to break the integrity of Manipur. Apprehending advance movement of farmers towards Delhi following the call of the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha, police on Tuesday fired tear gas to disperse protesting farmers trying to enter New Delhi at the Punjab-Haryana border. And now the news in detail. Heavy firing between armed miscreants has been reported in Khamenlok and Pukhao Santipur, Imphal East district. 3 injured persons were brought to the hospital, while the dead body of a person identified as 25-year-old Sagol Sem Loya has been brought to JNIMS hospital mortuary at around 5 p.m. The hospital authority of Rajmedhi city revealed the identities of the 3 injured persons as 22-year-old Moirangthem Inaucha from Herok, son of one Moirangthem Imbomcha. He suffered left ankle injury from a bullet. Another one has been identified as Laishram Ihun Tapa, around 26 years, who suffered right shoulder underarm bullet injury, and a third one was 32-year-old Sinam Sham. All three are said to be out of danger. The number of casualties may increase as it is a developing story. Meanwhile, the situation still remains critical in the areas as gunfiring are still being reported during the time of filing the report. Khamenlok is an adjoining area between Imphal East, which is predominantly Meitei dominated, and Kangpokpi district has a major Kuki population. Gunfiring are often reported from adjoining areas which are known as peripheral areas. It can be mentioned that Manipur is experiencing a violent ethnic violence since May last year, and more than 200 people have lost their lives and more than 50,000 people have been internally displaced in the violence. In a significant development, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge along with senior leader Rahul Gandhi made a notable announcement on Tuesday. They declared that the INDIA bloc would bring a legislation ensuring minimum support price for various crops if the opposition alliance is voted to power in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Notably, this is the long pending demand of the farmers across the country. The assurance to implement a law safeguarding MSP for various agricultural produce comes as a crucial promise from the Congress leadership. Kharge emphasized the party's commitment to addressing the concerns and welfare of farmers, highlighting the essential role they play in the nation's economy. Taking to X, Rahul Gandhi said, "Today is the historic day for farmer brothers. Congress has decided to give a legal guarantee of MSP to every farmer on crops. As per Swaminathan Commission, this step will change the lives of 15 crore farmer families by ensuring their prosperity," he posted. This is the first guarantee of Congress on the path of Nyay, the post further added. Okram Joy Singh, Manipur's veteran politician, on Tuesday reiterated his demand for action against the 10 Kuki Zo legislators who he has alleged were seeking to break the integrity of Manipur. 10 Kuki Zo MLAs, including 2 ministers in the Biren Singh-led government, sought a separate administration following the ethnic clashes that broke out between the Meiteis and Kukis in May last year. For a third time on Tuesday, O. Joy, who is also a former minister, appeared before the Ethics Committee, regarding a petition which he submitted against the 10 MLAs on December 20th last year. Speaking to media persons outside the State Legislative Assembly, Joy claimed that Manipur Assembly is the most tolerant assembly in the country, where every legislator can express their views and opinions. Regarding his petition, Joy said that he doesn't have any ill feeling towards any legislators. However, those MLAs who took oath under the Constitution of India should not take the assembly for granted and must protect its sanctity. The veteran politician also complained that the members of parliament and state legislatures should maintain standard conduct inside and outside of the house, and their behavior should be such as to enhance the dignity of the house and its members. During the hearing, Ethics Chairman Sapam Nishikanta Singh, Chairman members R.K. Emo, MLA Sagul Band, Ashabuddin, MLA Jiribam, and O. Surja Kumar, MLA Khangabok were present.
The state of Manipur, from its beginning since many years back, they have taken the responsibility of the self-governance with their culture, language, identity, etc. It continued till now, and sometimes such a question of the disintegration was happened in the state of Manipur. During that time also, all the members in the house, along with the political stewardship of the central leadership, we have protected till this time. But unfortunately, during this 2023, such unfortunate incident of the separation of the administration from the Manipur state is happened, and it is quite unfortunate. Therefore, in order to preserve the dignity and prestige of the assembly, as well as to preserve and protect the dignity of the state of the Manipur, as well as all the MLAs, 50 MLAs of the Manipur state, I made a complaint, and this is the third time I happen to give my evidence today in the presence of the Privilege and Ethics Committee, and I have submitted additional documents with photograph and all these things, and this Privilege Committee will look into and consider, and the report will be submitted to the this speaker, and then it will be brought to the notice of the House. The House will discuss and decide, and which punishment will be given to him. It is not up to me, it is not up to the Privilege Committee, it is up to the August House. Under Rule 92, it was clearly mentioned that admonition, reprimand, fine, suspension, and all these things, and which punishment will be fit to give to the Honorable 10 MLAs, it is up to the August House.
We'll be right back after a short break, so stay tuned for more news.
We invest a lot on healthy living. Are we taking equal care to prevent HIV? Avoid risky behavior.
ऊर्जा उत्पादन का यह नया इकोसिस्टम परिणाम है यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के विजन एवं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के नेतृत्व में लागू हुई सौर ऊर्जा नीति का। निजी आवास पर ग्रिड संयोजित सोलर रूफटॉप संयंत्र लगवाने पर आकर्षक अनुदान की व्यवस्था है। 3 किलोवाट का संयंत्र लगवाने पर 1,95,000 का खर्च आता है, लेकिन केंद्र सरकार से 43,764 रुपए एवं राज्य सरकार से 30,000 रुपए का अनुदान प्राप्त होने से कुल लागत मात्र 1,21,236 रुपए ही रह जाती है। सोलर रूफटॉप संयंत्र से बिजली के बिल में भारी कमी का लाभ दशकों तक मिलता है। सोलर रूफटॉप संयंत्र लगाने की व्यवस्था भी सरकार की तरफ से की जाती है। इसके लिए www.solarrooftop.gov.in पर पंजीकरण कराना अनिवार्य है। रोशन प्रदेश, उत्तर प्रदेश।
Welcome back. The Tripura unit of the All India Krishak Sabha joined its nationwide strike on Tuesday. State leadership of All India Krishak Sabha, CPIM State Committee Secretary Jitendra Chaudhary, CITU General Secretary Shankar Prasad Datta, Pavitra Kar and others marched from the Agartala Mela Mat area and circumambulated the city of Agartala and ended in front of Orient Chau Muni, where a meeting was held. Later speaking to the journalist, Pavitra Kar said the labour and the farming community of India has called for the Rural India Bandh on February 16th.
For that, on that demand, Gramin Bharat, all the peasantry of the masses will work on that day, and the workers will attend this.
মিছিলের মধ্যে যে মাইকগুলি রয়েছে অনুরোধ করব একটু পেছনের দিকে রাখতে।
All over India, for that we organize this rally.
Central trade unions of the country, and at the call of Sangyukta Kisan Morcha, which consists of more than 500 Kisan organizations, a call of sectoral industrial strike on 16th February 2024, and SCAM has given the call of Gramin Bharat Bandh throughout the country. For the sake of the people of this country, the Kisan organizations and trade unions have that very call of 16th February, Gramin Bharat Bandh and industrial strike throughout the country.
Registration for online CEE for all Agniveer categories is now open for unmarried male candidates from Nagaland and Manipur states from 13 February 2024 to 22nd March 2024. Interested candidates can log into www.joinindianarmy.nic.in to check their eligibility status and create personal profile. The candidates on successful filling of the application will be directed to an SBI portal through a link on the website, where candidates will need to make a payment of Rs 250 plus bank charges as applicable. The payment can be made through various payment options like debit, credit cards, online banking or UPI. Candidates will be required to have an active email and mobile number which will be used for further communication by the Indian Army. Candidates will have to select 5 choices for the exam center. Candidates will need to enter Aadhaar number in online application and are advised to link the Aadhaar to mobile number. In case of any query or problems faced in registration, aspirants can contact ARO Rangapahar on mobile number 89749 58673, tele number 03862 249012 and email arorangapahar7@gmail.com. As farmers continue their protest under the Delhi Chalo banner, the Home Minister of Haryana, Anil Vij, on Tuesday said that the farmers wanted to talk to the central government, so the government officials came to the state to speak to them. He said talks have been held twice, but farmers are still adamant about going to Delhi. He expressed suspicion that the farmers seem to have some other motive, but said the government will not let peace be disturbed.
से बात हो तो बात तो केंद्र सरकार दिल्ली से यहाँ आकर कर रही है। 2 बार बातचीत हो चुकी है और आगे भी वो बातचीत करने के लिए मना नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी ये दिल्ली जाने के लिए अड़े हुए हैं। तो वो समझ से परे की बात है कि किस लिए दिल्ली जाना चाहते हैं। ऐसा लगता है कि इनका मकसद कुछ और है।
स्थिति को संभालने के लिए क्या क्या सरकार की तरफ
नहीं, पूरी तरह से तैयारियां हैं। हम शांति भंग नहीं होने देंगे और मेरा तो इनको ये कहना है कि ये अपनी कॉल को विड्रॉ करें, वापस लें अपनी कॉल को। और बातचीत के लिए अभी भी मुंडा जी कह रहे हैं, बार बार सरकार कह रही है कि हम तैयार हैं, तो बातचीत से ही हल निकलेगा। कोई दिल्ली पर जहाँ हरियाणा पर हमला करके तो हल नहीं निकलेगा। हल तो बातचीत करे और सरकार तैयार है। सरकार खुद पहली बार है कि दिल्ली से चल के यहाँ आई है, तो दिल्ली में जाके ये किसको सुनाना चाहते हैं?
The Haryana police on Tuesday hurled tear gas shells when a group of youth who were part of the Farmers' Chalo Delhi protest march tried to break the barricades set up at the Shambhu border in Ambala. Despite an appeal by the Haryana police to stay away from the barricades, many youths continued to stay put and stood over the barricades, officials said. When a few youth broke an iron barricade and tried to throw it off the Ghagar River bridge, the police lobbed several rounds of tear gas shells. They also used a drone later on to drop a tear gas shell. Several farmers were detained there. Haryana police also fired tear gas shells at the Shambhu border near Ambala to stop farmers. Meanwhile, SP Jhajar Arpit Jain said that 11 companies deployed and are ensuring that there is no law and order situation here and citizens do not face any trouble in commuting. As of now, there is no march towards the Tikri border, but the situation is dynamic and we are monitoring it using various sources.
Actually, we are preparing so that there is no law and order issue here and no law is broken. So that's why we have deployed the force, and we will ensure that no citizen is troubled or no problem happens at the Tikri border. Presently at Tikri border, 11 companies are deployed, and we are also ensuring that the citizens are not troubled because of all this. So one lane is open, and rest depending upon the situation we will take the next call. As of now there is no march towards Tikri, but again I am saying that the situation is very dynamic and changing every minute. So we are continuously monitoring through various sources that how the situation develops, and after that only we will take further. देखिए यहाँ पर 11 कंपनी जो हैं उनको डिप्लॉय किया गया है, और साथ ही हमारे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और पुलिस के ऑफिसर्स डिप्लॉयड हैं, और अभी यहाँ पर संपूर्ण शांति है, सभी शांतिपूर्वक चल रहा है। लेकिन अगर कोई भी उपद्रव करता है, कोई भी हमारे नागरिकों को परेशान करता है, तो उनके विरुद्ध सख्त से सख्त कानूनी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। देखिए अभी कोई बहुत ज़्यादा इनपुट है नहीं, और ये बड़ी डायनामिक सिचुएशन है जो एवर चेंजिंग है, तो जैसे जैसे इनपुट आएंगे हम उसमें आगे कार्रवाई करेंगे।
We'll be right back after a short break, so stay tuned for more news.
फरवरी 2018 डबल इंजन की सरकार ने उत्तर प्रदेश को की $1 ट्रिलियन की अर्थव्यवस्था बनाने की शुरुआत। फिर हुई निवेश परियोजनाओं को धरातल पर उतारने की शुरुआत। सुदृढ़ कानून व्यवस्था, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्रेंडली नीतियों से यूपी बना ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर्स की पसंद। अब उत्तर प्रदेश माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विकसित भारत के संकल्प को कर रहा मजबूत। देश में पहली बार 10 लाख करोड़ से अधिक की 14,000 से अधिक निवेश परियोजनाओं की एक मंच से होने जा रही है शुरुआत। खुलेंगे 34 लाख से अधिक रोजगार के द्वार। देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कर कमलों से माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी की गरिमामयी उपस्थिति में ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग सेरेमनी का शुभारंभ 19 फरवरी को लखनऊ में ऐतिहासिक पल के साक्षी बने।
It doesn't take much to save a life. Practice safe behavior.
Welcome back. Following Tripura government's recent decision to permit the use of Roman script in Kokborok exams, Animesh Deb Burma, the opposition leader, has called upon Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha to extend this initiative in textbooks and exam papers as well. Deb Burma views this move as a means to ensure a fair educational environment for students attending English medium schools. He urged the government to consider the preferences of Kokborok speakers and learners advocating for the printing of textbooks and exam papers in both Roman and Bengali scripts.
বাংলা এবং রোমান স্ক্রিপ্ট উভয় স্ক্রিপ্টেই ককবরক বইটাকে যেন ছাপানো হয় ফর টিবিএসসি এন্ড সিবিএসসি বোথ। কারণ যদি আমার পাঠ্য বই যদি শুধু বাংলায় ছাপানো হয় বা রোমানে ছাপানো হয় তাহলে যারা বাংলা নিয়ে পড়বে রোমানে তাদের পড়তে গেলে একটু অসুবিধা হতে পারে। দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই আমার পক্ষ থেকে এজ এ লিডার অফ অপোজিশন আমাদের দলের পক্ষ থেকে ছাত্র সমাজ যারা আন্দোলন করেছে গতকাল তাদের পক্ষ থেকে সরকারের কাছে আপনারা দেখেছেন অনেকগুলো চ্যানেল এরা সার্ভে করেছে। সার্ভেতে কি বলেছে কত পার্সেন্ট মানুষ রোমান স্ক্রিপ্ট চায়, কত পার্সেন্ট বাংলা স্ক্রিপ্ট, হিন্দি স্ক্রিপ্ট। 97% ত্রিপুরার একটা সংস্থা বা ব্যক্তি সংস্থা হতে পারে, ব্যক্তি মালিকানাধীন, ওই সংস্থা তার লাইভ সার্ভেতে দেখিয়েছে 97% পিপল দে ওয়ান ইন রোমান স্ক্রিপ্ট। তো প্রফেসর ডক্টর গণ চৌধুরীর মতো লোক যদি ত্রিপুরা বোর্ড অফ সেকেন্ডারি এডুকেশনে প্রেসিডেন্ট হিসেবে বসে থাকেন, আই সি নো ফিউচার। আমি ত্রিপুরা মধ্যশিক্ষা পর্ষদের কোনো ভবিষ্যতেই দেখি না। এই ত্রিপুরা মধ্যশিক্ষা পর্ষদ স্বনামধন্য ভারতবর্ষের মধ্যশিক্ষা পর্ষদের মধ্যে একটা ত্রিপুরা মধ্যশিক্ষা পর্ষদ ছিল এবং এই তুগলকি প্রেসিডেন্টের কারণে এটার ভবিষ্যৎ অন্ধকার। এবং এই ব্যক্তিকে আমি মনে করি ওনার যথেষ্ট বয়স হয়ে গেছে, ওনাকে এই পোস্ট থেকে অব্যাহতি দেওয়ার উদ্যোগ সরকারের নেওয়া উচিত। হি শুড বি রিমুভড ফ্রম দিস পোস্ট। কারণ আপনি চিন্তা করুন, একটু রোমান স্ক্রিপ্ট বলে আমরা জানতে পারলাম এই লোকটা ওনার অফিসার, ওএসডি, টিচার্স, হেডমাস্টার্স যারা বোর্ডের সঙ্গে যুক্ত তাদেরকে নিয়ে কি ইনস্ট্রাকশন দিচ্ছেন, ইউ ক্যান ডেফিনেটলি গ্যাচ হিজ অ্যাটিটিউড। তো এই লোকটাকে সেখান থেকে অব্যাহতি দেওয়া হোক, এটাও আমার একটা দাবি থাকবে সরকারের কাছে। অ্যানাদার পয়েন্ট ইজ, এটা কিন্তু আপনাদের মাধ্যমে যারা সরকার পক্ষের তিপ্রাসা নেতাতে নেত্রীর বড় টিবিএসসি সিবিএসসি পর্যন্ত ক্লিয়ার ভাবে বুঝিলিয়া মুখ্যমন্ত্রী মালাইকা আরো সাগা সিবিএসসি চিকিৎসিও আবন বাগিছে সিবিএসসি উত্তর ভাইয়া টিবিএসসি সিদ্ধান্ত নাহারমাই।
The Samajwadi Party on Tuesday named 3 of its candidates for the Rajya Sabha seats of Uttar Pradesh. Actor-turned-politician Jaya Bachchan was among the 3 who will return to the Rajya Sabha again. Meanwhile, the other 2 are Ramjilal Suman and former IAS officer Alok Ranjan. The 3 filed their nomination on Tuesday. The party has currently 108 MLAs in the State Assembly and has 3 seats in the Rajya Sabha. Ramjilal Suman belongs to the PDA. Elections for 56 Rajya Sabha seats for 15 states will be held on February 27th, and the last date for filing nominations is February 15th. The polling will be held on February 27th, and the results will be announced on the same day. And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbilltv. Goodbye.
Is an important issue that often gets overlooked. It refers to the idea of preserving and sustaining traditional cultures in the face of globalization and modernization. Sustainable tourism, alternatively, promises not only to support economic development in destinations, but also to facilitate cultural and environmental conservation in heritage sites around the world. Tourism has not always been the most sustainable endeavor. Some forms of tourism have even led to culturally and environmentally abusive and exploitative practices from polluting to poaching. The World Tourism Organization defines sustainable tourism as tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of the visitors, the industry, the environment and host communities. Nagaland is also a hub of culture and nature, attracting tourists from everywhere to witness the land, nature, tourist sites and popularly known festivals like Hornbill Festival. With the age of globalization, tourism has become a way of cultural globalization and promoting green village culture. Our land is very naturally inhabited, and so tourism is also growing quite spontaneously, attracting travelers and tourists across the globe. And in order to efficiently promote our tourism, we have to learn ways to promote sustainable tourism to protect our cultural and environmental heritage. One of the most important ways that sustainable tourism practices support environmental and cultural preservation is through adherence to local, national and international laws. Honoring local laws and regulations can regulate what items can be brought into and taken out of a country in what quantities, by whom and through what means. These regulations have proven essential to protecting countries' precious resources from the deep pockets of foreign tourists or the nefarious practices of commodities, thieves and exotic animal poachers. Buying local. When you buy local, you help boost the local economy, benefit local benefits and help to reduce the destination's carbon footprint from transporting the goods. This is also true at meal times, so enjoy fresh, locally grown produce every chance you get. Minimize your environmental impact. Resources are much scarcer in some countries, though especially water, which makes it even more important to minimize usage. Using a refillable water bottle instead of buying bottled water, packing a reusable shopping bag instead of using plastic bags, recycling wherever possible, turning off lights and unplugging chargers when they are not being used. Support the right businesses. One thing that comes with over-tourism is the spread of unsustainable and unethical business practices. For instance, mass tourist demands for traditionally made products can lead to the increased production of downgraded replicas and fakes as souvenirs. This may also exhaust local supplies of raw materials or take away from the livelihoods of many people. Buy souvenirs from local stores. When you visit a new place, be sure to support their ventures by buying some of the souvenirs. In doing so, you will be promoting the authentic artisans and their locally handcrafted items. Regardless of the approach, through sustainable tourism, we can keep our traditions alive, communities strong, and be a step closer to protecting our heritage.
Because sometimes news is more than mere information.
And we all need a little more clarity under the details.
About live people and events that really matter.
For individuals that demand reliable news.
From reliable news organizations and credible and award-winning journalists.
And how we look at the world. This is exactly the reason why we strive to serve you and the society.
Because proper news can not only inform our lives but also change the way we look at it. We pursue events that are not only important to you but also useful for a life's perspective.
And that's the primary reason Hornbilltv is here to fill that space.
We are Hornbilltv.